गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। The world is compared with the banyan tree or the fig tree, and there is a speciality of this particular tree. Calcutta, if you happen to go sometime, in the botanical garden, there is a very peculiar tree. Long time back, when I used to stay there, I had gone once. That tree is spread over a huge area, and which is the main trunk, you cannot find out. Because of the adventitious roots, they go and get so much strong. Slowly, the main trunk disappears, and these adventitious roots, they take care of the whole tree. Now, exactly this is what happens in our life. Adhoshchodhvam prasrutastasya shakha guna pravruddha vishaya pravalaha adhascha moolanyanusantatani karma anubandhini manushaloke. This world, which was described as urdhva moolam adhashakam ashwatham, this banyan tree that the world is, if you are knowing little bit of Sanskrit, I'll advise you to read Bhagwan Shankaracharya's commentary on Kathopanishad, where this mantra comes. If I remember tomorrow, I'll bring it and read for you. The whole world is defined and described so beautifully well, a piece of literature that you see there. And there Bhagwan Shankaracharya writes what the world is, and his writing is based on this verse. He says, Adhascha urdhvam prasrutas tasya shakha. So what was the first thing? This tree is as if doing Shrishasana, urdhva moolam adhashakam. So first is the roots, second is the main trunk. Now the tree also has got the sub branches. So those sub branches are mentioned here. Adhascha urdhvam, growing downwards and upwards. Prasrutas tasya shakha. This world tree is now growing in all the direction, upper direction and lower direction. First of all, I'll just give you a picture and then explain. And guna pravruddha. And this tree becomes stronger and stronger by the gunas, the ropes, the moods. Further, vishaya pravalaha, and those delicate, newly opened up leaves are nothing but the various objects of this world. Shabda sparsha rupa rasa gandha. Thereafter, adhascha moolani anusantatani, and from the various sub branches, a lot of roots are sent, and all those roots go and take shelter of the earth, and from there they start absorbing the nourishment, and as a result, मूलानि अनुसंधतानि karmanubandhini manushya loke. And this samsara is only for the human beings. Because karmanubandhini, they are tied down by the rope of this karma. So this is a general simple translation. Now let us go in the deeper meaning of it. Adhascha urdhvam prasrutas tasya shakha guna pravruddhaha. I'll give an example to make this point. By birth we are all bachelors. Is it not? Therefore, as bachelors, you can never be miserable. But we don't want to continue in our natural state. And we become totally unnatural. And after having got married, samsara begins. One of my friends defined who is a samsari. One day a young man, happy go around, just thought, why not catch some sari? And he did it. And from that day onward, he became a samsari. So that sam is an English word and sari is a sorry word. So, this tree, now it is growing up and down. See, if the seed is not consumed by the bird, it is not processed through the GI tract, no plant is produced. Meaning, when Purusha and the Prakriti, when they two come together, then only the samsara begins. See, I'll give you three types of meanings. First meaning, at the totality level. Second meaning, at the objective level. And third meaning, at the subjective understanding. So, this whole world is kshetra kshetrajna sanyogat. If you remember, in the 13th chapter, Bhagavan Sri Krishna has brought out this thought, kshetram kshetri tatha krishnam prakashayati bharata. So, whatever is created, in the 26th verse he says, yavat sanjayate kinchit sastvam sthavar jangamam kshetra kshetrajna sanyogat tadvidhi bhartarshava. Only in matter there is no problem, there is no samsara. Only in consciousness there is no problem, no samsara. When the samsara begins? When consciousness starts manifesting through the matter as mind, the samsara begins. See? Again I repeat. When the consciousness starts manifesting through the body as mind, then the body becomes enlivened. And it is the enlivened body that has the samsara. If the body is dead, there is no samsara. See? So, consciousness alone has no problem. Body alone has no problem. But when the consciousness as if waits with the body and starts manifesting the mind, the whole samsara, the world of relativity begins. So here the teacher says that this world, this tree, adhascha urdhvam prasruta tasya shakha. Now how this world is, it is going upward and downward. Whenever we are having more of material orientation in lifestyle, we go dogward. And whenever our life is more of awareness oriented, we go Godward. It's the only difference. So this very place, this very samsara, we have a choice whether we make our life a worse bargain or we really utilize this opportunity. So adascha urdhvam prasrutas tasya shakha. This is how the world is created. Now, what science talks about is only our experiences related to this waking world. Science does not go beyond the existence between the womb and the tomb. Doesn't go beyond that. But here our scriptures tell, our life is not limited only in this gross body as a human being. This is very important principle. Unless we accept it, the observation that there is a lot of variety in this world cannot be justified. What is that because of which such a variety is available? That scriptures tell us because we ourselves lived in the earlier life, and because of that the present life is good or bad. In this manner there are 7 higher worlds and 7 lower worlds. And in this way, this samsara vriksha, the tree of relativity, is not only what we see in this world, is far beyond the subtler existence. Adascha urdhvam prasrutas tasya shakha. Now, guna pravruddhaha. Now, what is that which expands this world of relativity? Guna pravruddhaha means what? Like we have seen in the 14th chapter. ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्थाः मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः जघन्य गुणवृत्तिस्थाः अधो गच्छन्ति तामसाः. There are 3 options available for all of us. Either we become the tamoguna oriented, where matter and inertia, accumulation and possessiveness is the only lifestyle. They are the worst kind. The second type are those who are under the influence of the Rajoguna and they are constantly dynamic and busy with something or the other. And the third type are the Sattvic. They are no more attracted and enchanted either by the gross world of objective perceptions or the indulgence in the worldly things. They are seeking something higher. In this manner, in this world, there are 3 possibilities. And on the basis of these 3 possibilities, in the 4th chapter of Gita, if you remember, Bhagavan has classified the humanity into 4 classes. Those who are predominantly knowledge oriented, they are called as Brahmins. Those who are predominantly action oriented, supported by the traces of sattva, for higher purpose they are dynamic, they are called as Kshatriyas. There is a third class where they are extremely dynamic but for the selfishness. They are called as the Vaishyas. And the 4th category, government servants. They are extremely dull-witted, don't want to do anything and want only money. So this is the 4 classes of people. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and they are on the basis of what kind of material has gone into our formation. Depending on that, this world tree is expanding. Guna pravruddhaha. Now further, Vishaya pravalaha. And pravala means those newly opened up leaf buds. You must have seen, like the flower buds open, so also the leaves also come in the form of the bud, and then slowly they start opening, and they look so beautiful and enchanting. In the same manner, this world of our experience in relativity is enchanted by the different objects available. And what we call prosperity? Prosperity means when more and more objects are available for indulgence, then we call that country as a prosperous country. So, Vishaya Pravalaha, and this is the upper portion of the tree. Now, where the tree is drawing its nourishment to become so strong, so Adhascha Mulani Anusantatani. Now, when the banyan tree starts growing, it slowly starts sending those additional advantageous roots, and they start hanging and they go towards the earth, and the moment they touch the earth, then from there they start taking the nourishment, and the tree becomes stronger and stronger. In the same manner, the more we get involved in this world without understanding the law of karma, we get caught up in our own creation. Therefore, karmanubandhini manushya loke, it is the human beings who are tied down with the law of karma, not anybody else. See, please understand this way. The animals are having no ego. Do you know why? Because they don't remember anything of the past. Can you imagine any dog sitting like this? What happened? Mummy ki yaad aa rahi. No. He has no past as a load on his head. Living in the absolute present. Similarly, the dogs are not worried. I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. Living in the absolute present. So, for them there is no samsara. Now, this is the lowest. Now the gods, higher life. For the higher life, there is a lot of indulgence. Like, in the heavens or the Swarga, this is called the God Yoni, Deva Yoni. And there all comforts are available, and you never suffer from the limitations of the mortal life. See, in our Kathopanishad, Swarga or the heaven is defined as Na tatra tvam na jaraya bibheti ubhe tirtva ashanaya pipase shokatigo modate swarga loke. The heaven is defined as heavenly existence is that existence where the 6 problems are deleted. What are those 6 problems? 2 problems of the gross body, old age and death. 2 problems of the pranamaya kosha, the ashana pipasa, the hunger and thirst. And 2 problems of the mind, shoka and the moha, the grief and delusion. So heavenly existence is that existence where the 6 problems are totally absent. Now when these problems are not there, will anybody think about anything? No. Enjoy. See? But when we come to the Manushya Loke, in this mortal world, then we start having our own ego. I have done so much, but nobody appreciates me. I have lived for everybody in this world. And when these people come to us, they have got standard question sets. By looking at the people now, I have developed a vision. Like on the screen monitor, suddenly there is a alert pop, isn't it? So when I look at the people, I get an alert pop, and I read the question. Oh God, the question has come. Swamiji, in this world, why good people suffer and bad people enjoy their life? Then I ask a counter question. हर सवाल का जवाब ही सवाल हो. So I ask a question. Are you suffering in life? No. I am concerned, I am happy. That means you are a bad person. See? So, Manushya Loke, in this human form alone, there is karma, and because of this karma, there is a bondage, karma bandhani. Now see what is the bondage of karma. This we have seen in 3rd chapter by God's grace. You all must have forgotten. Without God's grace we can't survive. That's why I am very happy. One day one person met me in Bangalore. I was collecting my luggage from the baggage claim. So he said, Swamiji, how are you? I said, I should be, I am like that. He said, I have been listening to you, but people don't change. Don't you feel bad about it? I said, why do you generalize yourself in the whole public? How do you say people don't change? No, Swamiji, people don't change. And I said, I tell you very frankly, I really don't want the people to change. If they will change, I have not said anything. What is in your mind is not in my mouth. If people will change, how this world will continue? See, it is your grace as a help to the Lord. Oh Lord, you have started this drama. We are here to do our job sincerely. So we suffer sincerely. Therefore, let us understand this principle of karma. Principle of karma is when you function in this world, there are two types of possible impressions that can be made on our mind. First impression is that of liking, called as raga. Second is that of disliking, called as the dvesha. So whenever we function in this world, these two channels are formed on our mind. Only two channels. Whether you like your wife, liking. Whether you like your dog, liking. Whether you like dhokla, liking. Whether you like driving a car, liking. All this liking falls only under one category. Doesn't matter what you like. Similarly, disliking. Whether you dislike the politicians, whether you dislike your in-laws, whether you dislike your neighbor, or you dislike God, doesn't matter. All the disliking goes into another channel. And with every interaction with the world, if this liking and disliking channels go on deepening and deepening to an extent, from a small scratch, it becomes a fissure. As a result, these likes and dislikes become our own personality. Thereafter, we don't function under the umbrella of wisdom and discrimination. We function under the compulsion of one's own likes and dislikes, and that is called as swabhava, our nature. And what is all spiritual practice? To change our nature. But most of the people, when they come to us, they come for this purpose, that we should help others change according to their choice. Like, many youngsters, these married couples, they come and they have got problem about their in-laws. Swamiji, but why don't they change? I said, your question is valid, and in this thing, why don't they change? Even God has not understood. So what he does, he lifts them. That this is to be now thrown in the garbage. It cannot be repaired. So it must be taken out. And then in the next life, a fresh body is given. And then again, now try change. If you change, well, if you don't change, never mind. Our God is very, very rich. He has got 84 lakhs of new varieties available for you to suffer through. In short, bondage of karma is when we are not working on our mind. Please understand this. Yoginaha karma kurvanti sangam tyaktva atma shuddhaye. Whenever we do something, what is the purpose? See? We are studying these days Panchadashi, 12th chapter, Brahmanande Atmananda. And there the topic is that those who are unable to discriminate between the Brahmananda, the Vasanananda, the Vishayananda in our life, for the dull-witted people, what should be the option? So the teacher says, what kind of dull-witted person he is? Is he extremely extrovert? For such a person, Karma Yoga and Upasana, devotion. Karma Yoga is done to purify the heart, meaning to erase the personal prejudice. That is Karma Yoga. So if we are functioning in this world to strengthen our likes and dislikes, we are Karma Rogi. And if we are functioning in this world so that our personal likes and dislikes are erased, we are Karma Yogi. Now find out. And if you become miserable while living in this world, you are a Karma Rogi. And if you don't get disturbed and miserable at all, in spite of the world around you, then you are a Karma Yogi. See, in the 6th chapter, Bhagavan Sri Krishna has given the definition of yoga. What is yoga? Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sanjnitam. When you are associated with the miseries and yet you don't become miserable, then you are a yogi. Otherwise, you are a rogi. You are a bhogi. Therefore, karmanubandhini manushya loke, let us understand this basic principle of life. That when we are functioning in the outer world, our inner world is beautified. How to practice this? I'll give 1 or 2 tips. First tip, take a rule to yourself. In this world, we have no right on anything or anybody. So what you do? You tolerate. Are we not doing this? What right we have got on the selected politicians? No right. Then what do we do? Tolerate. There is no choice. Like we have the right to elect somebody, we have no right to withdraw somebody. See, this is a mockery of democracy. I tell you, by principle of democracy, democracy is the majority rule. And majority is always of fools. So in the democracy, the fools rule the wise. A very simple mathematics. Okay? So it is to be very clearly understood by us. Let us focus attention more on our mind. It doesn't matter about the world. This is karmanubandhini. Let us understand this. Now, second thing. If we have given up our rights, you will never be disappointed in life. If you are not disappointed, your mind is calm and quiet. See? How much we have expectations from everyone on every issue. And then we get tied down. Second thing, we get too much involved with the people around. For that technical purpose, we are all Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra means what? Dhrita means held. Rashtra means a chair. Here also, when you come for your lecture, are you not hunting for the same chair that you said yesterday? Somebody sitting on my chair. See, even in a satsang, we insist to sit on the same chair. And if a poor politician, if they want to occupy the same chair ad infinitum, what is wrong in them? Therefore, we are all Dhritarashtras. And therefore, we get caught up in this world. Karma anubandhini manushya loke. Therefore, friends, the bondage of karma is this. We function in this world and gather the garbage of likes and dislikes. Then that likes and dislikes overpowers us so much that the wisdom is lost. And when we function without wisdom, we function as philosophers. Who are the philosophers? Those who are able to advise everybody. But as regards their own life is concerned, it is in a mess. Therefore, karmanubandhini manushya loke. Now this is the choice given to us by the Lord. Think twice. What for we are in this world? Is it because of the passions of our parents we are born? Is it because of the calendar leaves which are fluttering away we grow? Is it that we die because it is a formality to be completed? What for? At the moment, this question will start haunting you. Your life will have a different dimension. Then the same useless things will never bother you. He says like that, she says like that. These complaint boxes are good for nothing. When such people die and go to heaven, they never go to heaven. In the event, there was one Sindhi, and at the old age, he was about 90, and he was engaging a Pandit for what? Sanskrit. He was engaging the Pandit for learning Sanskrit. So the friend asked, hey, at this old age, you are now 90, what for you learning Sanskrit? He said, if I go to heaven, there they speak Sanskrit, So I must know Sanskrit. He said, suppose you go to hell. He said, I know Sindhi. Karma anubandhini manushya loke. Friends, Make it very clear in your mind. Function outside, watch inside. When this becomes your lifestyle, you will start changing. When you change, the world around you starts changing. It is the same place where the great masters lived and live, and we also live. But see what miracles they have made in this world, and what mess we have made in our life. What is the difference? They have never tried to change the world. Our approach is like, we drive the car and complain about the buffaloes on the road. Now who has the driving license, buffalo or you? So you behave properly, not the buffaloes. They are belonging to the democratic setup. They will not move. Therefore, karma anubandhini manushya loke. Now once you understand this, then the next verse tells, na rupamasseha tathopalabhyate nanto na chadir na cha sampratishtha ashvattamenam suvirudhamulam asanga shastrena drudhena chitva. Na rupam asya hiya tatha upalabhyate. This kind of understanding of this whole world will undergo metamorphosis the moment you start changing. This world is a big bondage, and we are all suffering in this world. And here we are for the torture. Oh God, why did you make such a terrible world? It is better that we should die. All these problems will disappear because you started changing. Therefore, na rupamasyeha tatha upalabhyate. What we have described earlier, that in this world there are higher yonis and lower yonis, and then you go to hell and heaven, then it is your creation and the bondage of the karma. All these things will disappear the moment you start discriminating properly. What is that? The teacher says, na antaha na adi na cha sampratishtha. This world has no beginning, the world has no end, and the world exists nowhere. Now this is the big thing to be understood. Once one physics professor was carrying me in his car, and he was asking me this question. In your Vedanta, people talk about the creation and all that. So what are the theories of creation? How do you accept the creation? When it was created, how it was created? I said, let me know your theories. So they have got standard theories. One is the black hole theory, as if there is a white hole. And there is the bang theory, and because of that the whole world is created. I said, now look our understanding. When you say when the world is created, what is the hypothesis behind this question? That there was a time when the world was not. Then only this question becomes valid, is it not? And when you say when this world will be destroyed, that means you presuppose that there will be a time when there will be absence of the existence of the world, and these two things are only imaginary. And this is valid only when time is taken as a straight line. In a straight line alone, there is a beginning and end. For a circle on the circumference, there is no point which has a beginning and which has an end, or every point is the beginning and the end. See? And where the beginning and the end of the circumference is existing? On the center of the circle. And the circumference cannot have any influence on the center. But the circumference cannot exist without and independent of the center. In the same manner, this whole world which is created and destroyed, what is the center of this world? Nanto na chadir na cha sampadishtaha. See? Therefore, never there was a time when the world was created or destroyed or existing. Very difficult to understand. Now understand this way. Many times when people cry, they ask this question. Swamiji, what will happen to me after, what will happen to my wife after I die? I am very much worried. And she is waiting. You are worried, she is waiting. I am not telling a joke, I am telling you the truth. See, this happened in Delhi. One Punjabi lady, I don't remember the name, she lost her husband when she was about 78 and husband was about 85 or so. A very rich family, filthy rich family. And her all children, everybody well settled, and these only two oldies were staying in their house. After that old man died, now the other children, they felt that mummy will be feeling very sorry and lonely. So let us call her or go and stay with her, give her company. She said, I don't want anybody, you all get out from here. I am happy all alone. And what she started? She started spending money like mad. First thing after the death of her husband, within 1 week, she changed all the curtains. Then she changed all the furniture. Then all the old crockeries. And her sons and daughters, Mama, what are you doing? You shut up. I want to spend the money the way I want. My whole life, I was never allowed to do anything. Now I will do whatever I want. And her only aim was to celebrate the remaining portion of our life. See? We only imagine. Therefore, friends, when the world begins and where from it begins, be attentive. The world begins the moment we get identified with our gross body. That is the time when the world is created. Okay? Second thing, where from the world began? World begins from your gross body if you are a Gujarati. It begins from your gross body. When you are not identified with the gross body, the gross world has no existence. See? When you are snoring away musical melody, isn't it? That time, friend, this is worth observing in our life. When we are sleeping and totally unaware of the whole world, that time, whether we are a man, woman, young, old, educated, uneducated, Gujarati, Marathi, who are we? The whole world has no existence. Immediately the world starts existing the moment we are identified with our body. And this is the world which matters to us. See? Therefore, this world has neither the beginning nor the center nor the end. Nanto na chadir na cha sampradishta. Now see what is being done in this thought line. our attention is brought from the objective aspect of the experience to the subjective experience of our being. This is what is called as scientific. That which takes you away from yourself is unscientific. That which brings you back home, that is scientific. See, whenever you go away from yourself, you end up in ignorance. Suppose you are asked, how deep is the space in front of you? You are standing under the open sky. What will be the reply? I don't know. How high, deep is the space above your head? Answer is, I don't know. Because the moment you go away from yourself, you end up in ignorance. In the same manner, when we go away from the truth, the reality, the absolute being that we are, instead of that, we start going away and start leading our life in relativity. Relativity is the samsara. Absolute is freedom. See? But these relative people, they never understand. And therefore they suffer and make everybody suffer. Therefore, this world, which is such a big karma and the bondage and the sin and the merit and going to hell and going to heaven, all these things will evaporate instantaneously the moment your vision changes. See, we are all suffering from myopia. The moment you change, correct your focal length and look at the world is most beautiful place to live. Why are we not able to experience the same joy as the great masters lived very much in this world? And every moment was the moment of celebration. What is the secret? Secret is this. Na rupamasseha tathopalabhyate nanto na chadir na cha sampradishta. The moment you change your vision, the whole world around us will change. But what happens for us? We are all the time only buried in our whole small little useless family. In one hotel the other day I went somewhere, a small place. On my way somewhere we were driving. So Swamiji, let us take a break, have tea, coffee. I said okay, we'll take. And you can go and sit in the upper special room. They're all right. And there was a board, family way. And when I was laughing away, there was one Aurangzeb with me. He said, Swamiji, why are you laughing? I said, read the board. He read religiously. Family way. Now what is that? I said, didn't click. He said, what is wrong? Yes, it is meant for the families. I said, actually, I am wrong. I laugh for no reason. So, when we get lost in that small family, this is called as Kupa Manduka Vritti. Don't want to remove the blinkers and look at the whole world. Getting lost into small little, me, my wife, my children, my husband, no end. And you know the most funny part? It is like the eczema. You watch those who have got eczema. I'm sorry, I can't show you, I don't have. See, those who have that eczema, see how much they enjoy. Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Eczema Rupam. And they enjoy that. Others suffer because of that. Hey, you dirty, stop that. It's bleeding. Isn't it? In the same manner, mental eczema is attachment to this world of relative existence. We don't want to come out of it. And we want the Mahatmas to be pulled into our relativity. I tell you, the other day I went somewhere. The purpose of my life is very clear. I want to celebrate and enjoy every moment. That's what I do. When I went somewhere, one of my Swami friend, and then other Swami came. He introduced. Swamiji, he is my Guru Bandhu. To renounce the relativity, you have taken to sannyas. And after having taken to sannyas, he is my Guru Bandhu and is my Guru Bhagini and Chacha Guru and Tau Guru and Mama Guru. Where from? See? We don't want to get out of relativity. See? Therefore, friends, narupamasyeha tathopalabhyate nanto na cha adir sampratishtha. Once you open your own discrimination, please understand, friends, don't get tied up too much in this world. Then only you can really make some good use of your life. Otherwise, like millions are born. Kathopanishad says, Sasyamiva martyaha pachyate, Sasyamiva jayate punaha. Like the weeds we are born, like the weeds we perish. Is this the purpose of our existence? Discover the truth. And all that which will reveal your own divinity to yourself is the scientific way of living. And all that which create guilt in you, arrogance in you, fear in you, dejection in you is the most unscientific way of living. And for that, understanding has to be clear. Narupamasyeha tathopalabhyate nanto na chadir na cha sampratishtha ashvathamenam suvirudha moolam. Now how is this tree? Enam ashvatham suvirudha moolam. It is becoming so stronger and stronger. Day by day our age grows. See, as our age grows, our attachment to our body becomes stronger. Once I was going somewhere and one person was driving, probably in South Africa or somewhere. And he was driving such a tremendous speed, 30 miles in 1 month. And I was getting so disgusted. Hey, come on, go fast. Even if you go fast, it won't make much difference than 5 minutes. So what is there? Let us go like this. I said, then how to shake him off his lethargy? Then I told him, one car went. I said, do you know this car? The driver of that car was 28 years old. Another car went. I said, the driver of this car is 32 years old. And he went on talking. He said, Swami, how are you able to assess the age of the drivers of other cars whom you have not seen? I said, there is a Murphy's law. If you apply that law, you get the result immediately. What is that? That the speed of the car is inversely proportionate to the age of the driver. If the car is going very fast, the driver is young. And if the car is going like a bullock cart, see? Are you hinting at me? I said, I wanted to hit you. Why bring the N in between? As the age grows, our attachment to the body, attachment to the things becomes so stronger and stronger, the fear grips us. And our real tragedy begins as we cross our 50s. Our children are grown up and settled or unsettled, and then all the worry. Now what will happen to them after I go? They are counting days. We think they are doing japa. See, get out of this world, friends. Then only the life is worth lived. Otherwise we are carrying the load. So, Ashwatthaменam Svirudha Moolam. And you know what we normally hear? We are attached to this world and we suffer because of that, but we don't want to change ourselves. Then what such people do? They go on singing their old tragic stories again and again, again and again. And then they want a certificate of sympathy from the world. Oh man, you are so nice, but the world is very bad. I don't know how you are surviving. Everybody wants you to go. It is your charity that you are still surviving. Please remember this thing, friends. The more you are attached to this world, the more you will suffer in this world. One example I'll give you about this. This happened, I told you probably this example about attachment. This happened in Sri Lanka. One sister told me, because it happened to her sister. There is one organization called as MRA, you might have heard, Moral Rearmament. So, the bus was stopped by some people and said, everybody down with their own luggage. And everybody came down. There was one suitcase which was not lifted by anybody. One foolish girl, she took that suitcase, oh, somebody might have forgotten, and came down. And they said, open this one. She said, this is not mine, although I brought it down, and I don't have the key. So they forcefully opened it, and they got what they wanted. They took the tires from that vehicle. Like the bangles, she was made to stand. Tires were put, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and she was burnt alive. What is her sin? That what doesn't belong to you, don't claim. Now start from your own body. Is this body really belonging to us? All the sin that we have is this body identification. And with reference to this body alone, husband, wife, children, property, relations, everything begins only from this point onwards. And yet, we never become aware about it. Then should we go and commit suicide? No. That will not solve the problem. See? Problem is wrong identification. Then how to live in this world? Live like the actors live on the stage. Live like as you are living now. Like what? As if you are listening. I have no doubt. And that is why I am so relaxed. I know I am talking but nobody is listening. That also I know. Then why do you talk? Dil behlane ke liye galib. Just to pass time. So all of us are happy here. Why? Because we are only passing time. Passing show going on. So further the teacher says that Ashwatthaменam Svirudha Moolam. And another funny thing, we get attached to this world and we want Mahatmas to make us detached from the world. See? It is something like one young boy came, about 30 or so, and he was extremely badly smoking, too much. He said, Swamiji, I am fed up of smoking, I can't stop smoking. Please help me. I said, go to the next lane, there is a shop where bangles are available. Go and put those bangles and stand before the mirror and look at yourself. Swamiji, you are making fun of me. I said, I should make a chutney of you, not fun. See, when you started smoking, did you come and ask me, Swamiji, will you please bless me? I want to start smoking. No. So if you can start yourself, you stop yourself. Discover that inner strength. See? Spiritual life is not becoming a creeper, not making a bonsai out of our children. Most of the parents are responsible for the destruction of their own children. Instead of pruning them and bringing out a beautiful tree out of them, we cut their roots and make a bonsai out of that. And then we are very proud, Swamiji, my son, he is very obedient, Even if he has to go to bathroom, he asks, Mama. Do you call that as a grown-up person? Why this happens? Only because we are too much attached, too much involved. Discover freedom. And one most important principle, never become miserable because of anything or anybody in this world. Then you are growing spiritually. Otherwise, by the touch of a thought, we start crying non-stop. Therefore, Suvirudha Moolam, this tree of samsara, it has become so strong. Now how to cut it? Asanga shastrena drudhena chitva. Now be very attentive. I am too much attached to this Prempuri ashram. This is making a mess of my life. I can't go anywhere. Too much attached. Then what is to be done? Destroy this ashram. Nobody will allow me. Is it not? What is to be done? I should not remain too much attached to this ashram. See, you can do nothing to this world. What has to be done? Asanga shastrena. Take the sword of detachment and drudhena chitva. Whenever you want to cut something, you cannot cut something. Just like, you take a small feather and you want to tickle a sleeping child in his ear. In this manner, you take the sword of detachment and tell your son, Beta, if you again ask me money, I'll give you. All strength gone. Let them fall down. Let them get hurt. Let them get kicks from the world. Then they grow strong. I was in Ahmedabad conducting a mother's workshop. See, a Swami, a male Swami conducting a mother's workshop. And there, so many topics we are taken into consideration, and this was one topic. There were wires like this as they are here, so many wires. And one child came, toppled and fell down. Now there are two options. One mother is Indian mother and second mother is a German mother. What will be the response of these two mothers when their child topples because of the wires? What the Indian mother will do? Wire? Badmash? You have made my child for... No matter, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Make a bonsai. And what a German mother will say? You fool, can't you see the wire there? Be properly walking in this world. See the difference. Be very clear about it. That love which makes our children weaklings and bonsais is a cartoon of love. It is attachment, it is not love. Such people fall in love, they don't grow in love. Asanga shastrena drudhena. And for that you have to have the courage and the strength. Friends, please be very attentive. Those who have never heard no in their life and those who have never said no in their life, both of them are destined for destruction. We have to learn. Asanga shastrena drudhena chitva. There was one architect girl from South India residing in Bombay. And she got involved with one architect, her friend, boyfriend, a Punjabi from Delhi. And they got their engagement done in Bombay. And these girls, other girlfriends also came for their engagement ceremony. And this Punjabi Maharaj, he saw one of them and got involved with that other girl after his engagement. And he simply sent a marriage invitation to this girl that thank you for introducing me to a nice partner of my life, and this is my wedding invitation. You are welcome to join us. Naturally, this girl got frustration. And what was the frustration? She reversed back up to the age of 5. And she became a kind of a mad person. She was having a job in the college, she has to leave that job. And nothing could help. Days, frustrated existence. So when the mother, father and the girl came, I told the father, mother, you get out, let me talk to her. I talked to her. Hey, what's your name? My name is Kalpana Kaur. Kaur is a thing added only by the Punjabis. She was a South Indian. Kalpana Kaur. What is your mother tongue? My mother tongue is Punjabi. What do you study? I study maths, I study English. A girl of 28 years talking this language. And what was the reason? She has never heard in her life no. Friends, we have to train our children to listen to no. The world is not whatever we want we get in this world. This we don't understand, and we imagine that I love my son and daughter and therefore make a gobar ganesh out of it. See, be strong enough. Asanga shastrena drudhena chitva. Another example I tell you, this was an international case. One murderer was to be hanged. In UK this happened, England, and his last wish was to be fulfilled. So he said, I want to see my old mother. And the steel bars are in between, so he told the jailer, please allow me to come out and hug my mother, this is my last wish. Don't say no. And the jailer was little, kind of a compassionate person, emotional, okay. The person came out and killed his mother right there itself. He said, anyway, I will be hanged. Now what will you do? Then he was asked, why did you do this? Then he told his story. When I was a child, a single parent child he was, and she used to bring him to the marketplace where she was working, keeping him on the back, and while going he will lift some apple or some fruit, and his mother will appreciate. Hey, my child, I am not worried about you. You are very smart, you will defend yourself. And the result was, slowly he grew that habit and went to the extent not only plucking the apples but plucking the heads also whenever he wanted. He said, had my mother given me one hard the first time I did something wrong, today I would not have been here. And therefore let all the mothers of the world know they are responsible for bringing out a huge tree out of your child so many birds can nest over there, or make a bonsai and keep in your own drawing room and start looking at, do you know that banyan tree? This is 70 years old. Oh, it is just like you only. Never have gone outside of that small Kupa Manduka Vritti. See, Asanga Shastrena Drudena Chitva, be strong enough. Drudena, and Chitva means having cut. There is no what will happen, how he will feel. Be strong enough. Then only something beautiful comes out. Friends, if you want to bring out a beautiful idol out of a solid block of stone, granite, you can't take a feather and start removing the stone. No, it will get hurt. Take a chisel and hammer and hit. The same thing is required in this world. If you want to protect yourself, have the strength to say no. If you want to protect yourself, have the strength to receive defeat in life. All things are necessary. But this we don't understand. And our prosperity is what? Changing the arrangement of the things. Prosperous. Changing the relationships. In American statistics, average American have around 5 to 6 wives in a year lifetime. Then he has about 5 to 6 homes change in his lifetime. The reason is over prosperous, overdeveloped country. See? Please remember this. Every situation is given to us by the Lord to grow. But instead of growing inside, we grow fat and accumulate lot and lot of attachment, and then justify, if you are in my place, you would have also cried like me. That means you be in my place, and when you start crying, then I will play tabla. Useless. Don't justify your miseries. We are in this world to celebrate life and not calibrate how much I have given to others. Asanga shastrena drudena jitva. And when this is done, then tataha padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyaha tameva chadyam purusham prabadde yata pravritti prasata purani. Such a person alone can think of something higher. Now, what is the meaning of thinking something higher? That is the next topic. We will take it tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।